Yo, man, I'm just excited to see what she got going on next. Heather B, name it again, all the different things she does.
Listen, first and foremost, she is a wife. She is a mother. She is an artist. She is a writer. She is a businesswoman. She is a producer. She is a friend. And to me, just an all-around good vibe and good energy person. Like, I never look at my television and when I see Kandi pop up, I just smile. Always so happy for her. Always rooting for her. And most importantly, Sway, she's a citizen of Sway in the morning.
We got Kandi Burruss is on the line. Kandi!
What's up, y'all?
What's popping?
Hey!
What's popping?
Everything's popping. Everything.
Yo, honestly though, it just seems like you don't stop. Like, you don't stop, man. And it's crazy because if anybody meets you, you're the kindest person ever.
Yeah.
I always tell this story. One time I was in Atlanta years ago, and we was at the same restaurant, and you was sitting over there, and I was, oh shit, there go Kandi, and you was just so nice and kind and sweet, and I was like, man, she ain't gotta be this way.
I think none of us should ever be acting like we done made it. That's the thing. I hate when people start doing something like successful or whatever, and then they start acting like they gave them past it. Act like they better than everybody else. That gets on my nerves.
That gets on your nerves. So you don't act like you made it. Like, is that part of you feel like your business regiment? Because you've had so many successful businesses. We were talking to Ice Cube yesterday about how does he balance. He builds companies now. He don't just build product. You do the same thing, and he said the moment you feel like you made it, then that's a red flag. Do you
follow what? I didn't really think about it like that, but I agree with him. I was just telling somebody yesterday, I feel like, you never get too comfortable. I know I never get comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because just as soon as you do one thing, people already want to know, okay, well, what's next? And It's like sometimes people get all comfortable in their current success, and they be thinking they done did something, but not realizing it's like, the next year, people ain't thinking about that no more. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you got to keep going constantly, reinvent yourself, be coming up with new ideas, new, moves or whatever else. If you get all comfortable thinking you done made it and that you really did something, then all of a sudden, you're going to have people being like, what happened to them? Where they at? Oh, that was last year. Don't nobody care about that no more. That's the first thing they want to say.
And Kandi being nice, she's saying last year, people don't care after 6 months.
Right. That is the truth. One time my cousin told me a long time ago, she was like, used to be's don't make no honey, so don't nobody care what you used to be.
What?
That right there.
Don't make no honey.
I'm keeping that with me for life, okay? Don't nobody care if you used to write hits. Don't nobody care if you used to do this. I can't stand a used to be person. Like, they always like, oh, man, I used to do this, da-da-da-da. Remember when we used to blah, blah, blah. Man, no, don't nobody care.
Nobody care. Shit. I ride hard on what I used to do, Kandi.
I'm sorry, but you got to keep it going, though. That's the point. It's like I realize people only care about what you used to do is if you are currently still doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because think about it. Like, let's think about it. You can have the number one show, or the number one, ratings or whatever this week, right? You'll go to a party. They'll be like, so what else you got going on? What's next? Isn't that what people say?
The first question. And I'll be like, what do you mean what's next? It's now.
Right.
What happened to stop and smell the roses?
Now, but that's my point. It's like, don't nobody, like, people like what's happening now, and that makes people pay attention. But you got to constantly be working on the next move.
Damn, this is interesting. And we're going to talk about your next move, Thoughts of a Colored Man, which is presented by you, Brian Anthony Moreland, Ron Simmons, DiMenna, Sheryl Lee Ralph, Samira Wiley. That's your what's next now, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Thoughts of a Colored Man.
I'm super excited to be a part of this project as a producer. on
Yes.
Broadway.
Come on,
Like,
she
we
did.
making history right now.
Come on, Candy's now a producer on Broadway, so we got to
Keep
add
adding
that
to that resume.
There you go, a producer on Broadway. What I love about this is I was having a conversation with my sister, my big sister G Life, aka if you ever want to follow her, Kandi is NZO Khalifa, the letter N, the letter Z, the letter O. Khalifa, Califa. I just put that out there. You ain't got to, but that'd be great if you did. And we were having this conversation, and she sent me this article about black men and what they face, what they're facing, what they've been facing, how black men are constantly being, ridiculed, demonized, how the kind of pressures they're on, so on and so forth. Black people in general, we go through a whole lot, right? And I thought it was very thoughtful of my sister because we were having the same conversation about black women, in ways that in my role I could keep uplifting and supporting. And then she sent me something about what we need as black men, and I'm reading the premise of Thoughts of a Colored Man. Can you talk about that and why you wanted to invest in this?
Okay. So the show Thoughts of a Colored Man is a show written by Keenan Scott II. And basically it's showing you all the different emotions of a black man. So the thing is, I feel like so many times, in the public eye, black men have been pushed into the forefront under, negativity. You know what I mean? People always want to bring up violence, bring up, incarceration, bring up, whatever, just negative things. Whereas there's so much more, many more positive things that black men go through on a daily. So this show, it's going to show black men in a different light. It's the first time ever you're going to have 7 black men star on Broadway, and they're going to be showing all the different emotions from, love, wisdom, all of these things, you know what I mean? And that's what I think is super dope about it. Not only is it an all-black cast, but it's a black writer, black director, all-black producing team. That has never happened in the history of Broadway. And so with that being said, I feel like people need to come see this show just because we need to see black men in a more positive, different light to show all the different emotions that men go through that are black. You know what I mean? But especially in this climate in the past year with everything, happening, dealing with, the race, issues or whatever, we need people to really see us. You know what I mean? And I just feel like this is an amazing time for this show to come to Broadway when Broadway is coming back for the first time. This is the first time Broadway even been shut down ever in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to come back, open up, and to have a show like this come is it's historic. And I was so happy to be a part of it. So happy that I'm able to push it and let people see it. A lot of people think I'm in the show. No, it's about black men. You know what I mean? And some amazing black men that are going to be in the show. So I can't wait. I cannot wait for people to see it.
Hey man, I'm there. I'm front row. I'm buying my tickets too. I don't even want the free tickets that I know Kandi will hook me up with. Heather, if I ask her to.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna go ahead.
All my friends, y'all better pull y'all money out and buy this ticket.
Tell your friends to buy the tickets. Okay, that's the only way this is going to be successful. It's first time ever being done. Citizens, you can get tickets in advance. Go to thoughtsofacoloredman.com. Opening night, the previews start Friday, October 1st. Opening night is October 31st on Halloween. So thoughtsofacoloredman.com to purchase tickets. HB, you want to?
Yeah, I do, Kandi. I wanna obviously congratulations with you now putting that producer hat on. I feel like you've always been producing anyway, some way, shape, form, or fashion. But to go back to your resume just a little bit with the writing, with being in front of the camera, behind the camera, doing television, doing film, what, if you can share a little bit, because I know each hat is different, but which one would you say you feel the most comfortable, where you just like, yo, I could just be the most free and the most creative? Which one of those roles is it?
Oh, wow, that's kind of, I mean, I guess the writing, producing hat and music is easy because, I just get to be in the studio, come up with ideas, be creative. I can mess them up. Y'all never hear them. I can fix it
Right.
and make it right, I can take people that people think wasn't going to be that dope on the record and make them sound dope. I can do all kind of stuff as a writer, producer, and music. So I think that's easy for me, and that's more comfortable.
Yeah,
Okay.
dope.
Kandi Burruss is with us. I want to say thank you for Thoughts of a Colored Man. I used to not like the word colored because I felt like it didn't properly distinguish anyone, right? And the word didn't tell our history, or it didn't encompass our legacy as who we are as a people. But this word is purposely being used in the title, and it's an interesting perspective. Can you speak to that?
Well, I mean, to me, that's more so of something for the writer, Keenan Scott, who is a black man, to speak to. But at the end of the day, what I say about, we are the only race, I don't know if you noticed this, that we are the only race whose name has changed multiple times in just the last, 50 years or whatever. We've been colored, we've been black, we've been African American, we've been Negro, you know what I mean? Whereas Italian Americans are just Italian Americans, Hispanics, Americans, they're just Hispanic Americans. Their name does not continuously change. And I never understood why, when it comes to black people or African Americans or whatever people feel comfortable labeling it, we always have to have a name change. And I'm not sure if it's us that's doing that or if people are doing it to us. Me, I'm comfortable with people just saying black. You know what I mean? I'm black and I'm proud. I'm sticking with it.
Okay, that's your thing? Okay, all right.
But I noticed also it's like now it's people of color, is being used a lot when, it's not just necessarily saying black people, that they say anybody of, people of color, which means the minorities, I guess. But for at the end of the day, Thoughts of a Colored Man, I think it just provokes people, it grabs your attention.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? To say, okay, well, what does that mean exactly? And why are they saying colored man? Like, why is it not just thoughts of a black man or thoughts of an African American man? Thoughts of a colored man, it makes you stop and listen and pay attention and like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
I like it. Okay. Now, it definitely made me, that's why I asked, it made me go, that's curious. Colored man. I wonder what the thought process was behind it, but I think you're absolutely right, in terms of how we identify ourselves and what we identify ourselves as. My mother told me she was in high school when I'm Black and I'm Proud came out, and that's when she been rolling with it ever since. When James Brown put I'm Black and I'm Proud.
Say it
loud. Yeah, and she been rolling with it ever since. Kandi, you are truly an inspiration. I love it talking with you, having you on the show.
Yes.
Soon we'll be back in our studios to come hang out with us in person. And, man, what I would love to do, too, is in our next conversation, just really, tap into your business, your business acumen and some of the decisions you made to become the success that you are, that you'll be willing to share with our audience. So hopefully we could jump into that next time.
Oh, I would love to. I always love it. I truly enjoy talking to you. I hate that we couldn't be at the same place at the same time today. I always like to actually come in and sit with y'all. But, we had to make it do what it do, I guess.
Yeah, but we got it done. And
we feel the same way about you. We love having you in the studio as well.
Yeah, we'll get it done. We're getting it together on this side. Don't worry, Kandi. We just want to make sure everybody's safe. You know what I mean?
Right. We'll be safe. We'll be safe.
All right. Hey, love to you, okay? Congratulations on everything.
Congrats.
Thoughts of a Colored Man. We promoting it now. I say we because this is all our projects. So make sure you go to thoughtsofaColoredMan.com. Get them tickets now, man. Let's make this a success. All right, Kandi,
Thank
take care.
you.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thanks.